from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th Gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th Gen Intel Core processor now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the LG Ultragear presents the Esports Tec Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial, with our gaming partners being Intel. Intel delivers the best gaming value by delivering the best overall gaming experience. Make sure to follow the hashtag GameWithIntel to find out more about exactly what they are up to. And don't forget, our apparel partners are 656. Sadly, Universe doesn't have his light show in the background, so Hey, it makes me feel a little bit better that I don't have a really good background and I'm in my room. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a banger of a set for you for today. So let's head on down over onto today's matchup, because Team Snakes versus Team Valor is something that we've been looking forward to. But at the same time, with a lot of the complications in the roster for Team Snakes, with players moving out, going to other teams, them having to sub in, a lot of player unavailability problems, they've been having a rough time throughout the entirety of their playoffs. And it's not looking that good for them.
Well, I'm concerned that this side of Team Snakes might have a little bit of a trouble going up with their entire, internal issues that they've been facing around, and of course, they've even split apart, right? So I am a little concerned about how they're going to be performing here. Whether Team Valor is at probably the prime position to take them down. Let's have a look at the MVP standings, though, because individually, as good as these players are, not really everybody's on this because, well, for good reasons, they are team players, aren't they? And for some of them, I think, especially Shooter, who had made an appearance a very long time ago, I think he was there in about week 2 or 3, has since not been available on this list, but he's still been performing pretty well, hasn't he?
Cheer is one of those players that you know for a fact can rise up to the challenge. But then again, due to a lot of the different issues the team is facing, it's difficult for him to even perform at that caliber. When he performs, that man can easily take down anyone who comes to his crosshair vicinity. I've seen him hit shots that are absolutely nutty, cross map flicks that he can just hit in a matter of a couple of seconds. And players don't even know how to react to it. He's that precise with his aim, but him alone can't get you to the top of the list like these guys here. They not only is their aim on point, their coordination, their dedication to the team, and also the way that they play together as a complete and utter roster is what brings them to such a spotlight. And that's why the MVP standings are like this. Rafael at the top, Paradox in the second, Sammy on third, and Knight Rider making his debut on the fourth. All these players phenomenal in their own right, and they have a lot more matches to play where they can prove themselves moving down the line here. But from there, let's head on down over towards the brackets, get an overview for it one more time, see it down through. And in that sense, I honestly do have to say, Universe, that the way that these teams are playing, I have to say that Team Snakes, they're in a spot where I think they can make it, but against Team Valor, I don't know.
I mean, their road is definitely a very difficult one. If they get
Yeah.
eliminated here, they're gonna face against God Particles, which is again, a whole other shenanigan of itself. God Particles almost took down True Rippers, but that third map of Ascent, where True
That
Rippers,
thrifty changed the
yeah,
entire thing.
yeah, it most certainly did. But I think Team Snakes are at a point where they are their most vulnerable. I think Team Valor need to take advantage of this, and they need to have, uh, you know, their head straight in the game to know what they can achieve this season, which possibly can be a top 3, maybe a top 2 finish as well, or who knows, win the game. Because their only competition for now has to be somebody from the upper match of the bracket, which is either Reckoning or Enigma, one of whom are going to be go unbeaten further on in this competition. We will find out who it is. But for today, it is going to be Team Snakes against Valor. Let's have a look at the player spotlight. We do have what we know to be a little bit of an exciting player, HSB, of course. It's going to be him. The one person that I believe has not just great sense as an in-game leader, but also with the way he positions himself individually, knowing his knowledge of the game, how he reads the entire situation of the opponents, and of course the way he has control over not just his team but also how he can play the mind games with the opponents. I think HSB is a wonderful player. His stats are giving out just the same. As a initiator, you would expect this: 71 assists, 179 kills, and 149. That's just a pretty good positive KD ratio to have. And I think he's done a great job, but this is where the difficult road begins. The playoffs are always a lot more different from the group stages. And yeah, it's, although they have one other chance to go ahead with this, it's still a very, very risky journey to go ahead with.
Gonna be a winding road, that is for certain. But at the same time, if anyone can do it, it has to be the members of Team Snakes. Let's head on down over to the team's player spotlight. Sorry, for the side of Team Valor. See exactly who's going to be the one to go up against HSB, and it will be the Jet from their side. JN, not really the most, let's say, flamboyant of the duelists that you can think of, but at the same time, he's very consistent. 326 kills, 301 deaths, and 59 assists. He's a very selfless duelist, and he is willing to enter into a side. Yes, he has his ups and downs when it comes down to his operator, but he takes a little bit of time to wind things up. But as soon as he is in the server and as soon as he's feeling himself in the zone, you know that he's not going to miss a single shot. And you know for a fact that he's going to be a menace that can tear down the walls of his opposition really easily. He's that siege engine that you want on every single battle. And I really do believe the way he spearheads his way into a site could just give them that edge here, because what we know from Team Snakes is that they're a very coordinated team. And the team does not really do that well when the opponents are very aggressive and they try to brute force their way into a site. They get caught off guard, and I believe that JN could just be the instigator for all of this.
I do have an unpopular opinion regarding the Valor side, and that is, I mean, it's not an unpopular opinion. I would say that this could be a change that they could maybe implement at some point, or try it out in scrims or whatever. I think that they need to get Pasha Sahil back into the Jet role, because
Yep.
I think personally that Pasha Sahil is a little bit more explosive as a Jet than JN. While JN has proved to be pretty great at multiple amounts of time, his consistency has been somewhat of an issue for this team, which they
Yep.
do make up for while the other players do, match up. And I think that Pasha Sahil has become such a player where he's got into this versatility where he can not just play a controller, he plays even the sentinel, he plays even the initiator at times, and he can also play the Jet that we all know that he was playing. Let's go to the map video while I talk about this a little more, because I think that if they switch up their roles a little bit, and I think if you allow JN to play a chamber, that is going to be really good for him. But while I speak about it, I am completely taken aback by what I see on the map pool. We've got Icebox, Fracture, and Split. This I really love.
This is a very, very, let's say, questionable map choice. I think this is the most interesting map video screen that we have seen in a pretty long time. Primarily because, first of all, let's talk about Icebox. Icebox is a map where Team Valor are very comfortable, but at the same time, they don't really have the biggest amount of success. I would say they need to try and work out on those kings. They need to try and bring in a little bit more of a dynamic flavoring, because currently it's not looking that good. But on the other side, when you look at the defenders, which will be Team Snakes, they have a lot of practice on Icebox. They have taken down a multitude of other different teams, tier 1 teams as well, on that map in particular, when they are having their own good days. So two teams which are very comfortable on the map can play it around one another, and especially with all of the recent changes to Icebox, I haven't really seen a lot of teams still pick this map up as often. So I really want to see how they're going to be playing it with the plethora of changes that have already been made towards the B side and the small minute details being shifted around on the A side. The way you hold the site and the way you attack the site is now completely different. The defenders don't really have a lot of the angles that they had before to try and hold down different sidelines, and the attackers don't really have a lot of the angles they had to completely shut down a bomb site as soon as they got the plan down. So
Indeed.
creativity is key. I like the first initial map pickup. We know for a fact that this is going to be an interesting one, but on Fracture, my hands are up in the air, man. I don't know. I'm not going to predict anything because both of these teams, they don't have the best track record on that map, and they have a rough time trying to get on back from it.
I was actually really surprised that Fracture was left out and wasn't banned. I think somebody would have had the choice to ban it at some point, but I think it just kind of slipped in transition. Or Valor picking Fracture is something that I'm not that, looking into in terms of what they've prepared for it, because I have no clue. I think I've seen Valor pick up Fracture once, and that was, I think, in the beginning of the season. I think that was a very long time ago. I haven't seen them play Fracture since, and I don't even remember if they won that map or lost that map. But the way that these guys, flirted around with the idea of Fracture right now is intriguing, not just to me. I'm pretty sure that their opponents would also have a little bit of problem with it. And given that, we've also seen Valor pick up attack first on Icebox, which is something that I did not see coming, because we all know the more you get on the defense, the better it is for you on the attack in terms of rounds on Icebox, particularly. At least that's what I believe, because you have this sort of a very minutely varied lineup strategy that comes in. Whether you play the chamber, whether you play the, if you want to play the Sage and chamber, or you want to play the Killjoy and Sage, which is not obviously done that much now since the chamber has been introduced. But I'm a little concerned whether attack was the right choice for them. I think they should have gone for defense and had a little bit more of a conservative approach. Maybe take the advantage first and then play out to the attack, figure it out. But hey, it seems like if they have attack figured out somehow, if they want to go for, I don't know, a double duelist setup, maybe a Jet and Reina, if Buster wants to pick up that Reina again, we will probably see something different coming out of Valor. And this is going to be an exciting best of 3, because there's no Haven, there's no Ascent, there's no Bind, there's nothing. There's Icebox and Fracture for the bare minimum. And if at all we go to the end, we see Split as well. So this is going to be a very, very entertaining night.
It's going to be a hectic one for sure, because we are expecting this to go to 3 maps, because we can't really predict what could happen in Fracture, because both of these teams, they don't have the track record for it. We don't have the bare bones statistics, but even if we just present the statistics to you, it's like what, 30 to 30? Like a 30% win rate on the map.
Yeah,
it's just difficult to try and move on down over from that. They don't have the best of records for any of that. But Icebox, I'm really excited to see what new types of strategy they're going to be trying to employ, because I do believe that Icebox now really does favor the double controller setup a little bit more. You can play around with the double controller. You can do so much more, especially with Omen being a lot more of the aggressive controller that he's meant to be. You can do whatever you want with Omen. That's how he plays now. And you can use the Viper. You can use the Viper as a solo controller, but she's not as potent. And she has a lot more counterplay to her than she did previously. And with all of these added factors coming into play, Icebox's meta has now shifted dramatically. We're going to be heading on down over to the agent selection screen, see exactly what the teams are going to be picking on up, because currently you got to feel it down through.
Well, here we are. It is the final match of the playoffs of the first round. And we've got Valor going up against the side of Team Snakes. This could be their final outing here, and they might want to go all out here, Team Snakes. And it looks like they're being a little up and down about this entire situation. While Zodiac is looking to pick up the Sova, we've got Soulmate flirting with the Reina, and on the other side of things, Pasha Sahil has locked in the Viper. Okay. And Buster, like I said, they are going to go for the double duelist. They've played this multiple times, and he loves that Reina on this map. Bullet with the Sage, and one after the other, everybody starts locking in. It is going to be the double duelist composition for the side of Valor, which I have been very excited about. And on the other side of things, we've got a chamber in place and no actual Sentinel in terms of a holding utility like a Sage or a Killjoy. So they are looking to play aggressive, it seems. They've got even the Sova and a double duelist on that side as well. So I am going to be excited about this. I think it's going to be an all-out warfare on the front foot for the side of Team Snakes. Let's see how it all works out for them.
The thing is, Universe, I can't put my finger on it, but at the same time, do you believe that Sage is even required on this map anymore?
I mean, I would say that the Sage has a good use.
Yeah, but is it a necessity? Like before, it was like a complete and utter necessity.
Yeah, I think since the chamber has been introduced, I think there's a lot more, flexibility in the way that you can actually play this map. But, if you feel like having a Sage, if you have a good enough, strategy that's moving around the Sage, which I'm pretty sure that a lot of teams actually do use the Sage. We've seen it on the international stage as well. They love playing the Sage on this map, especially because of the value that Wall provides, in not just mid to cover off the tunnel region, but also to hold off people who are coming in towards A, or to even use it for, the defensive defuse situation. So I think the Sage is pretty good. I don't really have a comparison to make if, you want to have a Sage or a chamber. It's basically either you play on the defense or you play on the offense. That's literally it.
Yeah, Sage just allows a lot more versatility in the way that you can enter onto a side, but at the same time, especially when you have that headhunter, here comes King with a first initial shot straight onto the dome of Buster. Shuts him down really quick, but now the Sova from their end is now trying to hold it down strong. Jane, though, on the sidelines, gets a beautiful shot on one. Soulmate, though, a flick on the wrist and a tap to the forehead. He takes out two. Even things out almost immediately. Not even things out. He just shuts them down instead. 3 versus 2, and the defenders, they have full control. Pasha, I don't think he's going to be able to hit this anytime soon. He gets taken out. Soulmate and Abdur get the final 2, and a 1-0 for Team Snakes. Pretty good start for them.
Yeah. A Soulmate, clean shots. That first kill onto JN, though, oh my god. A flick of the wrist straight to the head, gets another, and a third to follow it up as well. Team Snakes on a good start thanks to Soulmate. Could have gone wrong towards the ace side, but they recover thanks to the Reina man himself. And now, looks like, okay, Shooter's actually already going for a Vandal. A risky play because he has even no armor on here, Aggressive. That is not really
hyper hero.
I mean,
this is hero code. If he's feeling it, then do we judge him for it?
I really hope that he actually is gonna unbuy that and maybe get something else. While he does have utility, okay, he's going for the Marshal. Yep. Never mind. He's got the Marshal and the armor. He's got utility as well. Playing it the way a Jet should be in the second round. A Vandal is also something that a Jet should be doing, but that I would say is a Jet who is aggressive to a point where even aggressive can't handle.
Hey, the thing that I've seen work the most in every single rand game that I play, the more dumb you are, the better shots you're gonna hit and the more kills you're gonna get. I've seen this way too often. People who just W key their way into sites have more success rate than people who actually do slow plays, try to wait for the opposition to make a mistake, or maybe just, you know, play the game as it was meant to be played. Because if you do play the game as it was meant to be played, there's a high chance you're going to be predicted. And when you're predicted, you're just going to die. Because you're not going to expect the unexpected.
Need a drop.
It's so...
That I agree. That I do agree. I think I wouldn't say it's an all-time thing. I think it's a 51-49 chance. I think if you know how to...
49.
Yeah, I think it's a very close range where the W key gaming works in 51% of the situations, but the knowledgeable side of the game works 49% of the situations.
Those things that you always consider that, hey, there's a lot of different strategies that you can employ, especially on this new Icebox, because without yellow, it puts you in a situation where you can play the Sage in a very different way. For example, normally, what do we do with the Sage on the B side? Your opponents start pushing down from yellow, correct? They come in from B main, they push into yellow, and there's nothing that you can do with a Sage other than just slow orb them. But now with Sage, you can completely wall off the frontal lines and then only have to fight the left-hand side of yellow. Sorry, the right-hand side of yellow if you're on the defenders. Which basically nullifies one angle because they now need to break the wall, allowing your teammates to get into positions on Snowman or on top of the B-side container. There are multitudes of angles that you can go in for. Sometimes I believe that Sage was built for this map. And that's why I was saying that, do you think that Sage is so necessary? Because the way that Sage can isolate angles, which was already really good before on the old Icebox, on the new one, it feels as though she has a lot more room to play around with if you get creative with the wall.
Yeah, and I think that the dynamics of the Icebox map is such that this has turned into, I think, my favorite map so far. Apart from what I have been following so far has been Bind. I think after the changes came in, Icebox was a close contention with Bind, and while these two are on polar opposite ends of their environment spectrum, I think Bind, Ascent, and Icebox are currently the top 3 maps in Valorant.
Icebox has turned into one of those maps where it's not as bad as it used to be. It's a lot better. People have learned how to play it, and the game has evolved to a point where almost you can say that this is a very Valorant heavy map. This is a map that showcases what Valorant can be. It's just like Fracture. People hate Fracture because it's something that they have never really seen.
Yeah.
And that's why there was a lot of hate on Icebox as well initially. I also hated this map. Personally, I despise this map to the core. But as I played it more, as I got into the game more, rising up through the ranks, just watching the pros play, my conception of this entire map just changed over time, saying that, okay, this is a really smart map. You just need to play it differently. If you just go willy-nilly, I swing a corner and I shoot ahead, then it's never going to work. It's not a monkey see, monkey do situation. You actually need to think of what you are doing as a team and what your opponents can do to try and counteract that. And that's when the angle clearing comes into play. That's when you need to have even more tighter mechanics and tighter discipline in the way that you enter into a site. And this new Icebox facilitates that even further. You can see it alone from the new B site, because the new B site has a lot of different plant spots. There's a multitude of different plant spots, but look at the way that the entire map is now laid out. People coming in from Snowman can get caught. You can just shoot them through the middle area that is uncovered now. There's so much that you can do, so many levels of control that you can gain as an attacker to funnel the defenders into one sideline. Or on the other side of the spectrum, you as a defender can hold the site in a multitude of different ways, maybe force them to come through mid, and if they're coming through mid, they need to worry about that angle in particular as well, where a smoke has to be invested to completely block off that angle. I don't know the exact call out. I think it's called fence, correct?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's fence. Someone needs to hold some utility to try and block off fence. The dynamic of this map is just astounding to me. And I'm really hoping to see a lot more different strategies coming into play. Hopefully incorporating a couple of new agent pickups, because I really do believe that Omen benefits on this map. There's so many different things that you could do with Omen. Like, I still remember properly back in the day when Viper was not good, Omen was picked up here quite often. And with the new Brimstone changes as well, with the Stim Beacon being an absolute godsend, you can do a lot. Teams just need to experiment. And I'm really hoping that they do that eventually.
I wouldn't say that the Brimstone is viable on this map unless you have a double controller setup.
Yeah, a double controller is the main thing that you're going to go for, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what, you know, the meta that I would want for them to follow in our region. I think the double controller is very control heavy, and I think that's how they kind of play. While there are, you know, at times the W key gaming that comes in, I think that if we, you know, I've watched the games from the CIS region, I've watched the games from the EU region, and they have a couple of teams that do play the double controller setup, and the way they decide, they, you know, dictate the control of the entire game, having Omen's reusable smokes, having Viper's reusable, resurfacing wall, or at the time if they want, they play with the Brimstone and Omen, which is again a very, very dangerous combo, right? If we were to implement that, we, you know, could become a very difficult and an annoying to deal with kind of a region. But I think we're very far away from that still. I think that this game is yet to be explored in a long, long way. And while I am talking about this, I shall tell you the reason, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we did have a break so far, technical issues for the side of Team Snakes, but we are going back into the game. We're starting off again, and here we have the side of Team Snakes with an advantage, having won the pistol round.
I'm jumping straight into the matchup already. Fire up. He's waiting to see ahead. Shooter's not going to be able to find that shot though, but JN, he's looking to see if he can go in for that challenge. Angles are prime, positions are ready, and ooh, JN. Absolutely sexy shot from this man. Gets that first initial kill. Buster's looking for one as well. He's going to be able to walk straight in. There's no traps here.
Oh, there are.
He has the perfect flank.
No, there
He's
is a
holding
trap
for
right
him.
there. Ooh,
Oh, there is a
waiting.
trap.
Yeah, he's taking it out, and now they know. They're running to the B side, which is completely empty. They will get a plant, and there's Bullet getting another kill. So he's made this doable for his team. 3v3, and Abdur having just a ghost. To be careful. Will he get a kill? Yes, he will. Unfortunately, it's just a one shot that Jane is going to be able to connect. It's all on the Buster now. He needs to find one frag. And there comes Zaryab from middle. He's got Buster. And Oaks with just a classic left on his inventory. Goes out for the peak. Was being poisoned to death. It's going to be Zaryab to clean him out. Good eco round, honestly. They got a plant. They got 2 kills.
It's not bad. You can be happy with it. But at the same time, you have to say, Abdur, his game sense was on point. Knowing that one player could hide behind that immediate box, just throw out a snake bite there and force Hoax into the open. Good play from him, because Hoax could have easily gotten another kill there. There was a high opportunity that Hoax could have gotten that kill, but sadly he was not able to. But still, Hakun Matata. They're going to be able to survive. 2-0. Buy round for them. This is where the real fun will begin for the side of Team Valor. Because this is where the Sage can just completely be a menace. Or they could just be going into the waiting arms of Soulmate. And yep, Buster got caught off guard, and Soulmate just gets a freebie for himself and a gun upgrade.
Oh, that's an aggressive push, and Hoax will be able to shut it down thanks to support around him. Soulmate and Shooter getting a little too aggressive. Yep. A little too aggressive for their own good as well. I think they could have just held back. But given the status of their weaponry, maybe they wanted to go for an aggressive fight, expecting B to be open. But Valor are very disciplined in such matters, and they like to play it slow, steady, and play for the spike rather than the kills. Here it is. They've got the plant down, and Pasha Sahil shut down. Abdur coming in again for the backstab as well. 2 versus 4 with a pistol and a marshal. Not really much that Zaryab and King can do.
Down though, JN gets a freebie. Final kill for him is gonna be easy as well, but no, maybe not. King, good for 1, but he's not gonna be good for his second. Nice try, but at the end of the day, they're just not gonna be able to find it. Drop like flies there. But on a 2-1 scoreline, I think it's completely fine. You expect him to lose out on the bonus, and now they are gonna be going in for their full buys. Shooter though, he has enough money, but King on the other side, yeah, it's gonna be rough for him. Doesn't have the money to go in for a buy, but still, hey, he has his Headhunter, and I believe that Headhunter is more than enough to get a couple of kills, considering how much of a mechanical god that he is.
Well, this is the first buy round, and it doesn't look like King has anything apart from a classic in his hands. Unfortunately, no money for him, but the remaining should be able to suffice with the weaponry that they have. Here's Pasha Sahil taking out Soulmate, expecting that push, and playing it to perfection, but Abdur, he finds JN in a very, very awkward spot. And look at King.
Oh, no.
Boy, free kill for King. Free weapon for King. What he doesn't know is that Buster's on his back. And Pasha Sahil goes down as well. Oh man, this has turned out to be a very disgusting round. And even though Buster's got King, his teammates keep falling. That is the most awkward positionary change that I've seen. That drone does not see him at all. Hoax does not check for that corner. And he gets punished for it as well as Pasha Sahil.
Maybe. This is very much possible. He can easily finish this, but still the spike's not in his favor, and he does not have any more Leers to work with. Buster knows he needs to go in for a full wraparound, maybe try and get an off angle onto one of these players. He needs to swing, and he needs to be perfect about it. One shot miss is 1 death for him. 1 on his left and 1 on his front. Which one does he choose to fight first? Abdur is playing time like an absolute menace. He's not gonna expect it. Here comes Arab, but still, his position's already being given away. 15 seconds left on the clock. You gotta run, Abdur. You gotta run. If he survives, he's gonna be able to hold it down. He doesn't know exactly where he is. Buster, his spidey senses are tingling. Abdur's right around the corner. 4 seconds left. He sees the head, but he's not gonna be able to find the shot. That was so close. Buster, he just panicked under the pressure, and Abdur just played the biggest mind game of his entire career to hold him down. Beautiful play from the side of Abdur, but this round was way too close for comfort. 3 versus 1, and it got this tight. Yeah, you don't want stuff like this to happen.
Yeah. It goes this close, it's gonna affect not just your economy, like you already see it happening. Zaryab and Shura have got half armors, and Zaryab has been restricted just to a Guardian. Still a deadly weapon, but
Get
not
out of my way.
best of choices to be playing with if you have money.
There.
Soulmate going aggressive with Shooter, and Shooter's gone down, and Soulmate knows he cannot take this fight up front all by himself. He's retreated for a better fight, and while there is support around him, there's 3 players, 4 players actually of the opponent's side. Here Jen gets another. That's a free weapon to be picked up, and while he's been detected, he can dash away to safety. Spike goes down. They're going in for the fight. There's one more for Buster. And King, while he gets only the one, he's going to be immediately traded off in a 4v1. A beautiful semi-buy win coming in. Wow.
Woo, JN, he's on fire today, baby. Look at this man just hitting those knives on the head like it's pretty much a knife cutting into butter. He's not missing a single beat here. We were talking about his consistency. I think he heard us. Universe, he's mad at you.
Well, JN, I'm happy to be proved wrong. As much as I love watching him play at his best, this is what I would want him to do. Or what anybody would want him to do who will love watching Valor. Here comes out the tour de force for the defense. And he's holding down the piece at all by himself, King, with this tour de force. Needs to be careful about his angles, and he hasn't moved at all. Does not teleport away. Oaks knows that this fight is one that he cannot take by himself. King is exclusively good on that operator. And here goes JN. A quick dash, spotted out. A very difficult angle to fight. Jumps straight into the crosshair of Soulmate, and he's looking for more. He will be getting more. There's one under him, but he's got support. And while Hawks might get one, he's got a couple more to fight. 4 versus 2. 2 players are pretty low. The Spike is out in the open. And Pasha Sahel is trying to recover whatever he can. They need kills right now. And Soulmate could be the first one that they need. But Abdur takes care of Hawks. It's now a 4v1. Pasha Sahel surrounded and killed. And a semi-buy win for, forgive me, a thrifty for the side of Team Snakes. It's going back and forth now.
Honestly speaking, Universe, that was just a really sad fight in general. I don't believe JN should have just jumped in like that, especially through a Viper's wall. You can wait. The thing is, the Viper wall, you can wait to see exactly what's gonna happen next. You don't need to brute force your way in. You don't have the information for it yet. You haven't even used your owl drone to properly scout out the entire site. You gotta play it a little bit more systematically, and small mistakes like this will cost you a lot of rounds, and these rounds are building up. 4 and 2 on the scorecards already! And King gets a preview on towards the face of Buster.
Well, Pasha Sahel's got some sort of retribution. He's got one on towards mid. But that is a weapon that they cannot pick up. JN, he wants a kill. This is an interesting buy from the side of Valor. But immediately Shooter, as soon as I say it, he wants to get rid of their buy. While the 2 Vandals are still active, the players are pretty low on HP, especially Hawks. No armor on 2 of them.
Give the gun away. Just give your gun to your teammate. In this situation, that's
They're
what you
looking to
should
pick
do.
up that one. They don't want to give away a gun. They're looking to pick up another one.
Wait,
Which
that-
is a good...
Which is surprising that Snakes is just left to the mid and alright.
Boy,
Abdur?
they know that he could be alone here. And Abdur, I don't know if he expects this, but now he's hurted. There goes the counter Viper Spit. And this is all onto Abdur. Bullet. No, that is a very, very ill choice to make, my friend. And while Oaks has got one and tried to line up a second, Pasha Sahel has been detected. And he's gonna be killed. Team Snake suffice.
Trying to find out everything here. 5 and 2, that was just a rough round. Ouch, that didn't play out the way that you would expected it to at all for the side of Team Valor. They nearly could have clutched out the round, but once again, the Viper Spit was just an absolute and utter menace. how do you bring yourself back from that? You just can't. It's physically not possible. Because the Viper spits on A, you did push the A side, and I understand why, because you're expecting a stack on the B side because of those holding the A side alone. You can go in for that kill, but you have to remember the Viper spit was placed on the top side of Cube, and the player will be holding from the top side of that container. Oh my, oh my god, how does he hit that? It's still a headshot through the wall, man. Come on.
Yeah. That bullet, he does get one, but immediately traded is JN. Still a 4v4, which can be a bit of 4v5 thanks to the revive that bullet still possesses. He's able to heal up a teammate as well. That is a kill that will be taken aback. And now King walks into the crosshair of Hoax, holding down passively, knowing that King has been pushing constantly. This is what we would expect from the side of Valor. The slow, determined play that we all know them perform every single time. But Abdur, keeping his nerve, keeping his calm, goes for two.
That is so
Does
smart.
his best.
That is so smart. You have to give it to JN to get that perfect off angle off. Oh, nice.
Spike down B.
Oh, wait.
Spike planted.
Well, the plant has gone down. It is a 2v2 now. And there are no ultimates to work with. Utility not as much as well, but it is an important win for Valor. Pasha Sahil making the first steps count towards it. Now Zarya with just 45 HP and maybe a positional advantage, but Pasha Sahil spots him and he is as good as dead at this point. There it is.
It's a freebie for MJN. Clearing out all the corners. Very disciplined. On a 5-3 as well. Map of Icebox is slowly shaping up to be something a lot more interesting, and as you can already see, ladies and gentlemen, the dynamic of this entire map is starting to build up even further. The way that you plant the spike, the way that you try to take side control, and the way that you hold the side is a lot more different, considering all of the different angles that you can go in for. The Jet playing from not on the top side of yellow, but on top of the new container, just brings in that different level of flavor. And that's what I love here. Shooter, though, he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but Shooter, you got your knife out, you're trying to use an operator, and this close proximity fight, he's gonna miss, he's dead. Good night, sleep tight. You're now gonna be waiting for the next round.
That is a very difficult fight to take, Shooter, especially when you have an operator in your hand. You've got no support at all. It's now a 3v5 that Soulmate is trying to reduce numbers on the opponents, but he is completely unguarded because his teammate's gone down and he has only one thing to do, that's take the fight to his opponents. He takes one, but no more. King spotted out, taken that as well. A great round from Valor. Good execute towards the mid and B-side split. It works wonders for them. 5-4, and they've thrown the side of Snakes into an eco of sorts.
Just yet, so on this 5-4 scoreline, it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about. Just build on top of that, because now you are being forced onto an eco. But is it really the end of the world? Not really, because it's just gonna go for an equalization of a scoreline, and then you're heading on over to the 7-5. Now, Universe, I really want to ask you though, do you believe that this new Icebox is a little bit more attacker favored or defender favored?
Attacking favored.
Oh my god, JN, what was that shot?
King. Oh, he teleports away. Soulmate, no! Okay.
Universe, say a prayer, quick.
Spike planted.
What?
Say a prayer.
Flawless.
I don't think I should be the one saying a prayer right now. Well, that Vandal is definitely not his soulmate. Clearly doesn't like him.
Anything else?
Nah, I think it'll come along when I move, but that was quite a spray.
It's a very interesting spray.
Very interesting.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us. Don't tell me it doesn't happen to you on a regular basis. You do it every other round.
It happened just about 20 minutes before this match started. So
Point taken.
Oh, again, that mid push that they've been doing. They've got one person taking care of B main, but this time, Shooter's here on B, and he's got an operator. The plant will go down, and look at Abdur. He's gonna take fight against two players here. Very difficult, but Bullet comes out on top of it. JN is in a great cutoff position of rotation. He's got kitchen control for his team, and there's nobody towards spawn now. And they can rest easy. Mid is where all the fights come. And while Soulmate will be able to get one just like the previous time this happened, he's going to go down immediately. Buster takes two with him. And JN's trying to fight off the remaining two left. King will take him down. 3 versus 2. Hoax needs to stay alive because he's got his ultimate. But they don't even need that shooter. Okay. Through the smoke, going to be connecting the shot onto Hoax. But with 30 HP left and no time, there's no way he's going to be surviving this, it seems.
Run back into it. Run back into it. Yeah, you see.
Last round.
But at the same time, you know for a fact that Shooter's not really having a good day here at all. They are circumventing Shooter heavily. The poor man has only 2 and 9. 2 kills, 9 deaths, no assists whatsoever. He is not having a good time today.
Yeah. Shooter clearly needs a little bit of a confidence boost, and I think that should come in to effect if they're able to win this one, and if he is able to cause some damage with this operator that he has saved. King yet again holding down the B side all by his lonesome, and now he's going to be challenged by Hoax. He's not letting go of that angle whatsoever. Finally he drops down, but he's still holding it. Does not want to be outmatched by 3-4 different angles. That recon gives him a little bit more information. Nobody is up close, he knows. Valor are taking this one a little bit slow. JN with the operator, while he did go to scout out towards the A side, he's even got the knives active. And this mid push is very potent. Shock darts raining in, but 3 players popping out. Zaryab immediately runs away. He knows he cannot take this fight, and towards A they go. Soulmate with one. Shooter gets another. Shooter dashes away, but not towards safety. Although he's got support, Buster has got a 1v4 on his hands now, which he is most certainly not winning. 6 and 6. We end at ground 0, and nothing to separate these teams.
6 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly how it was meant to be played, and that is exactly how you try and turn around a game. Initially, we did think that Team Snakes, yeah, maybe they have a little bit more of a better advantage, but it seems as though the team coordination and team morale, it's not in the best of spirits yet, so they're having a pretty rough time trying to get themselves back out of that ditch. But for now, at least, I do believe Universe, it should be okay. Nothing to really worry about. The players are still warming up. They're trying to feel themselves, and a couple of sus sprays happen from time to time, but it's alright. Reset yourself mentally because you just started a brand new Valorant game, pretty much clean slates, but now you're playing 12 rounds instead of 24. Who's going to be able to get those 6 rounds on the board? That's the real question. Whoever gets to match point first should be the ones to take it. I don't think this match will ever go into overtime. That's my prediction, at least. I'm not expecting an overtime, and I believe it should be a 13 and 9 scoreline. I'm not gonna say which team. 13 and 9. That's
Well, let's find out if your prediction does come true. There is a small little technical pause here. Buster has a little bit of internet issue, it looks like, along with Bullet. Both have disconnected. But we should be going back into the game in just a couple of more minutes. It's been an interesting half, honestly. Soulmate and Abdur doing the heavy lifting along with King supporting them. While Zaryab has been giving, the forefront of information. These 3 members have been getting the kills with a lot more brute force than we usually see them get. Soulmate and Shooter have been constantly aggressive towards A and B both. And while Shooter has not been able to have his best shots being displayed, Soulmate comes on the back of it, gets an immediate trade when his teammate dies, and is able to recover for the disadvantage of men. Whereas on the other side of things, everybody's actually doing pretty well. I would say that Pasha Sahil as well is doing well in terms of how he was supposed to play in that attacking half. And I think he'll have a better half this time around. And Oaks and Buster have been munching up the numbers here. And JN as well has been looking pretty great. In the last couple of rounds, he did have a little bit of a slow, pacing. But I think on the defense is where Valor thrive. And that's exactly why they chose the attack first. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to have some sort of a plan that is going to work better for them on defense.
That would be the case here, but for now at least, let's see how it all plays through. Currently, I can't really say I like the double duelist strat here on Icebox. Personally, I'm not the one to enjoy this type of composition that much. Primarily because we see this in ranked often. We know how this plays out, but the double sentinel, double controller strategies just allows for a lot more strategic presence, and it doesn't force you to hit every single shot. That's the thing. Like, if you're forcing yourself to hit every shot just to win a play, then what's your utility there for? That would be my biggest question, but hey, that's a topic for another time. But for now, at least, we do see that King, he opts to go in for 6 full bullets and no armor whatsoever. That's a little bit of a surprise, don't you think so, Universe?
Yeah. I do think so.
Armor and 4 bullets is like the most common pick. That's what I always go for, and I'm a chamber main.
The chamber is a very, very, the minute he was introduced into the game, I think that he took a little time to settle in, just a bit. But I think within a month of him being introduced, people already recognized his value. He was put into competitive play. Pro players could be a lot more versatile in terms of their, flexibility of map control. And of course, defensively, when they've got the traps put down as well. It's exactly what King is looking to exploit. But there is one very weird push here coming in towards tunnels, which they're trying to fake, it seems. And the spike is towards A. It's right outside A. But look at this counter push. They have no idea this is happening. Abdo's gone down. And there's Buster getting the one kill that he would have hoped for. They're taking a lot of fights. Boss's Isles got another. While Shooter's taken down Buster, Soulmate is crawled into the B side. And Shooter, he needs to find his kill on towards mid. Hawks will take him down. And Hawks with another. He's got support and they have the spike in their hands as well. 2 versus 1 now. And Soulmate is back with his ghost and his one-tap potential.
Oh my god! I'm out of your universe. You're gonna solo cast.
Absolutely beautiful. Soulmate with that ghost has been amazing. Even in the first pistol round, he got 3 kills. Just tapping away heads, and he does it again.
Dude, this is... Do you even need us to cast Soulmate? I think that your shots are way too beautiful for us to even say any words.
Standing ahead.
Jane actually gets past it. They have no idea that he's here. Jane goes for the dash, but... Oh man, he could have just walked. He honestly could have just walked. There's the first kill. Buster, while he tries to get the value out of that Sheriff. The side of Team Snakes have taken over the A side. Zaryab goes for the finisher moves. And Bullet's the only one left to even receive. There it is, a clean kill. Gets Zaryab a 3k. And the side of Valor, 2 more rounds. 8 and 6, ladies and gentlemen. And here's where the game begins for Valor. They need to hold on with this buy that they've got. The pistol round could have been theirs. That 1v2 was really unfortunate with Soulmate clutched out because Oaks was left out in the open, and just before he could get to safety, he was killed mid-air. Soulmate, thanks to his heroics, now they are 2 rounds up and they need to maintain this. They've got 4 Spectres to do so. Let's see how it works out for them. An aggressive push from Bullet to try and cover off mid and keep the side of Snakes guessing as to what is going to be the defensive move towards mid. Well, Buster has actually left the A side open. It looks like it is a retake that they're going for. They want to play this safe.
Yeah, they puzzle again, but Buster, he gets the perfect lineup and he's gonna be able to shut down everyone. Soulmate, he's been such a menace. He's been doing so much for his team, but it's just not gonna be enough. Hoax picks up his own twin brother on the side of mid, and Soulmate once again an impossible 1 versus 3 situation. Spike not in hand. He's been so phenomenal on so many different fronts. He's the one taking his entire team on his back if he needs to, but right now, I don't think even that's gonna save him. Good aim, good brain, but does he have the positioning and the timing to make it all happen? He just needs 1 kill, just 1! The timing's gonna favor him. They don't know he's this
30
close.
seconds left.
Oh. Oh my god, he nearly pulled it off.
Really close. Soulmate's aim has been the most crackling today. He's been hitting the nuttiest flicks and shots. 19 kills this man is on.
Look at that micro adjustment. He nearly pulled that one off as well. His crosshair placement was just slightly off. He was not expecting Buster to hold that tight. Sorry, not that open, I mean. My bad. If he held that angle any tighter, I do believe that Buster would have died.
JN went out to take the recon, but it doesn't matter. We've got King joining in the party towards the A side, and that was almost a free kill. There goes the push. I don't know how this is happening, but they've just let them walk free. What?
What? King? Hello? Are you part of the defenders or the attackers?
It's not even about that. What the hell were Valor doing?
I am confusion.
You are confusion. I look at you and I feel confused, so you definitely are confused.
Oh, I have a beard like confusion. You don't know who confusion is?
No, I know what confusion is.
Like,
I know who Are you talking about Confucius?
Confucius confusion.
The philosopher?
Yes. Confucius confusion.
Are you calling him confused?
God damn it, we're going on a tangent now after what happened in that last round. That's what it did to us. Like, King just walks into sight. And then he starts vibe checking everyone. He's like, oh, you're down here, you're down here. He's like the living, breathing drone that no one cares about. And Buster's like, this time around, I'm gonna care about you. And I'm gonna give you a kiss on the cheek with this vandal.
Yeah, Bullet a little too aggressive for his own good, but it looks like they found that entry towards the B side that they wanted. You can see they're immediately rotating. And this is all on the Pasha Sahil. 1 kill is what he needs. He gets it. Looking for the second. Pasha Sahil's probably done enough. Throws down even a snake bite to try and stop them. And it looks like Hawks could end this right here. He gets 1 more. The Thrifty looks to be in full force in action here. Yeah. But then again, what we need to consider, the last man left is Soulmate. And while he was worried about that recon, Buster comes in from mid. And thanks to the 1 kill that he got, that is another round for Valor.
See, I have to say that sometimes I feel as though the Recon Bolt is a living, breathing flash. You can use it as a pseudo flash in so many different forms. People will shoot it. A good player will shoot the Recon Bolt. And the fact that Hoax threw that Recon Bolt in and then Buster went in for the swing, good communication and good team playing coordination. That was beautifully done by them. But now is where the real fun will start to begin. JN, he's holding the corner. Ooh! That was a good shot from King, but that was a wall through. So that's gonna hurt him quite a lot.
JN, 18 HP, he still gets it. Shooter will be not getting anything today, it seems like. 6 and 14 the man is on. And he's just having a bad day. Bullets struggling to heal JN. Finally he gets it. And side of Snake seem to be moving in towards tunnels, which is expected. Up door though, he spots one, gets one. Now he's turned his back away, and that's exactly when Hawks will strike. Soulmate is in a very compromised position. He's even watched where JN has crawled into, and JN, well, he's just gonna stick his ground. Zarya takes out Buster. The plant will go down, and there's King with JN's kill.
Planted.
And it's all on to Hawks and Pasha Sahil.
This is a free kill, right? And that's gonna be one. It's a 10 and 8. There's no way Hawks is gonna get this one, right? Right, Universe?
I mean, you never say never. I would say that. Shit. Oh, okay. King. That was an interesting.
He was chilling, bro. He was chilling. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about it.
but yeah, thanks
He's
to
playing with his
Zarya.
food.
I'm pretty sure he got a pretty great kill on the JN, but hey, the tour de force. Sometimes the force is just not with you.
This is a little bit too weak. You never really know. But then again, what we do know is the 10 and 8 still alive. My prediction could still be on the cards, Universe.
Let's find out if it is. Okay, JN.
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. That plan was so beautifully executed. They know that Jade wants it. They knew that he was gonna come for this orb, and he's gonna pay the ultimate price for it with his whole life, and his teammates are gonna be falling because of it as well. One by one, they're gonna drop, but Bullet's gonna also drop a body of his own. King's gonna take a back seat, but then again, this is still an eco round, and on this eco round, it's not looking that good for the members of Team Valor. This is a 4 versus 2 situation. Their positions are already revealed. They know for a fact that they're on mid. And because of the smoke, Pasha is in an even worse spot.
1 versus 4. A little too much of a task even for his stature. That is 11 and 8, and it looks like the side of Snakes are feeling a little bit more comfortable in the cold than Valor do. They're not able to find their groove on the defense, it seems. Soulmate's been having the game of his life so far. 24-13-1. Brilliant stats. And he is leading the charge on the entire server. And he is not afraid to take a fight right now. JN's not been spotted yet. They might have an idea where he is. He's actually going. Oh, JN gets away with a free kill. Here's support as well. Buster gets one more. Bullet with a third. Soulmate the only one with the trade. And it's all on the shooter and Bullet. And forgive me, Soulmate. Oh man, even his dashes are not working for him today. Shooter's just having a bad day overall.
Not much that this man can do. If the world is against you when you're playing Valorant, I think that that's one of those moments you just gotta pat yourself on the back, say that, yeah, I tried. I tried, boys, okay? I tried. Maybe 1 kill.
Well, Shooter gets one. It's gonna be pretty great.
Spike down.
Or if he wants to just go outright and clutch this one. Nah, never mind. 2 of them peek together. There's no way he's gonna be surviving that. 11 and 9. We're closing into what Aggressive had predicted. But it all depends on this round.
They have buys. It's gonna work.
Find out.
11 and 9, 11 is enough. We're gonna find this out on the next episode of Dragon Balls. I couldn't help myself, okay? I'm
Very.
I am sorry!
No, I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. Please continue. But for the moment, I think what needs to continue is this B push from the side of Soulmate and Co. Soulmate. Oh, talking about Soulmate. There comes JN with a backstab. And while I say that, Shooter's taken out Bullet. There's a lot of chaos on the B side. Ultimate's being popped. Pasha's Isle being pushed away. Pasha's Isle being killed. Hoax gets up door, so the Viper Spit has fallen down. No more smokes to work with, and the one thing that they are completely unaware of is the fact that there's a backstab coming. 2 free kills for JN. Hoax with another. And aggressive. It's 11 and 10.
I did not expect JN to come on alert, okay? And the fact that he just slipped past the trip really did catch me off guard. He just walked in right after smoking it. They had the opportunity, they could have pulled it off, but the flank was just too perfect. JN just got 2 freebies for himself. Look at this, flick of the wrist, poof, poof, done. Another day in the office for JN.
Really going and of Valor. They're not able to find their ground, it seems like. They are being aggressive at points, but at the same time, I think their very, very passive approach is kind of also being their demise. This is how they usually play, and JN does get value out of it right now. But it hasn't really been a game where they would want to, you know, have it go like this. They're not able to dictate this space. Not able to try and control the game like they usually do. They want the game to be in a way that it is their pace that works. It is their way that works. This time it doesn't seem to be the case. Shooter's already lost his life, and that is an advantage that they will take to equalize the scoreline. Not to forget, Soulmate and King are still alive, as well as Abdur. Looks like an B side hit here. It is being stopped by Pasha's Isle for the moment, and here comes Hoax. Taps down one. There comes Soulmate, the ultimate. The Empress in action. The plant will go down, and Soulmate has a good position, but of course he's gonna get pre-fired there. There's Pasha's Isle with the second, and Zaryab left to do it alone with just the Sheriff and his life, which is both gonna be taken away from him.
$11 and 11. I'm kind of sad that my prediction didn't go through. Come on, like.
I mean,
I expected the alert to
can...
be held, man.
See, I would say you tried to make a wish, but you did it at the wrong time. Now is when you do it, you know, when the score is 11-11. Here's where you make a wish.
What do I wish for? I wish for a cat.
You wish for a cat?
Yes.
Well, Shooter wishes for probably a better game on Fracture and maybe a win here. Let's see how it works. JN misses his initial shot, and Hoax is not going to be connecting any part of his Hunter's Fury. Buster tries to move on the back of it, but what he doesn't know is going to kill him from behind, and that is the Chamber King. Working slowly towards this. Pasha's Isle almost lined up both of them, but he does not expect it to be that close and that quick. Hoax supporting Bullet on the speed side. Blinded has to be pushed back. And that shock dart, unfortunately, connects to the wrong side of the wall. They are still lingering on the B side. They're not giving it up just yet. And while there is nobody on the A side, which they should consider probably the side of Snakes, Hoax is immediately rotating. And this is going to be a fight for the A side. But I think with the numbers in hand, Hoax is in a world of trouble here. He does have JN slowly moving in with him. And Bullet wants to go for the revive. Yep, he's gonna get it. But there is gonna be a free kill. Pasha Sahil sent back to the grave. What is happening?
There's a high chance that King's gonna be able to clutch this. There's a good opportunity that King is going to be able to clutch this. He's going to be on the top spot. He spots out JN, but JN's going to be able to back off almost immediately. One on the top, one on the bottom, but still, it's not going to be enough because Bullet comes in from the side, spots out the head, and domes him immediately. Bullet is just on fire. And he's going to be the one to send King back over to Jesus.
Well, that round was quite something, wasn't it? They had the entirety of the control. When they were going to the A side, it was still a 4v3 because Shooter did his job and Abdur tried to go for a little aggressive push. He wanted to take control of Rafters, maybe have a peek towards the defender side spawn and stop anybody from rotating. But what he didn't know is that Hoax has already made his way here and Valor now on the cusp of winning Icebox. 12 and 11. We're on the 24th round, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it all counts for. Let's see how it works out for them. Pasha Sahil with the Viper Spit guarding the A side with two other members. And Hoax needs to be careful. Spammed, but just about able to jump away to safety. And it doesn't even look like the side of Snake are actually discouraged by this Viper Spit. They're holding down. They're waiting. Now finally they're on the move. They look like they absolutely cannot penetrate into that defense. And their options are either mid or B. And mid is already being contested by signs of a Sage.
One more, give it to him.
Boy, at least he is trying to do his best to slow him down, and that's more than enough for the time being. That recon has given away Shooter's position, and Hoax has got another. This might just be it, ladies and gentlemen. No,
What?
how do you? Woo! Okay, hello?
Well, use an updraft, bro, if you're gonna do something like that. Just updraft on top of his head.
Well, the plant's gonna come down. 3 versus 4. There is a Hunter's Fury available. This is all on you. Team Snakes, let's see what you got.
You can get this. It's gonna go into overtime and you can prove me wrong. And I believe that today's a day where my luck is absolutely horrendous. Any game that I've been playing, my luck has been really bad. So, let's see how it all goes down. Because currently in this 3 versus 3 situation, this is just gonna be a lot more better. Chamber's gonna be able to do it. That's gonna be another one. But still!
Last player standing.
Syrups. He's gonna be able to switch out everything. One more kill. That's it. Round's over.
Yep, it is
12 and
over
12.
for sure. Yeah, we are going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. The 3 versus 4. Clutched out by Zaryab. And we are
Sides.
having a little bit more the icy map going on. I think Bullet could have clutched it out right there, man. He did his best getting those 2 kills. And I think that the players who were on site should have at least gotten 1 kill. At least 1.
We're not gonna be able to land every single shot though. You whiff, it happens. It's normal, but could have just been a lot more better. Systematic play just really didn't come out to their forte at all. And they were hurt heavily because of it.
Let's see how it turns out here, ladies and gentlemen. Now the game is back to the spot where we started off from, except for the fact that everybody has weapons. It's aggressive A push from Valor, not the usual style they go for, but it seems to be working out for them. They've got map control so far, but they've also lost a player thanks to that recon. Brilliant recon from Zaryab allows a free kill to come in for his team. Hoax goes down, the one man who's been causing menace over and over again. And Buster's down to 16 HP. He will be healed back to about 86. But that's not gonna be any more. Soulmate, he cleans JN off the server, gets away. What a round. Valor completely destroyed. A flawless round for the side of Team Snakes. And they are looking good to go on the attack as well.
I think we can call the idea of they got read like an open book. This was a heavy stack on the A side. They threw out a perfect recon ball that no one broke, and Shooter was in the perfect position while holding on the opposite side of the Viper's.
You know, this this map could have been over right now. We would be in the post-match analysis if JN would have gotten that shot on to King. That was so unfortunate. It was just, positioning, the timing, because JN hit the shot exactly when King moved back a step, right? We would have been in a whole different scenario. And right now they are on the back foot. While JN wants to redeem himself and for his team, get the round, get this win maybe. Oh, look at that gap. Valor are right now in a tough spot. They're not falling for this mid fake. They expect somebody to be faked by that Viper poison orb, but Bullet is unfazed. He knows that there's a gap there. There's no way this is happening. Bullet gets one, but immediately turned it away.
Dude, if he hit that headshot, this was a free double. And because he didn't get this free double, this is gonna be even more difficult. Buster! He survives. He's gonna be able to control that spray back up, but still, he already knows one player's already inside of the side. That's gonna be a trouble double for
30
him.
seconds left.
But now Pasha
Planted.
Oh.
Last player standing.
gets caught out, and Soulmate, he's not gonna miss that now, is he?
No, Soulmate was in the perfect position, holding down, expecting that B push to come in. The presence of mind,
Here.
and of course, the aim that he's displayed today has been absolutely brilliant. 1 versus 2. Hoax, he has been the front runner for his team as the Sova, and everything that he wants is on the line right here. He gets one. He's down to 42 HP, but because the recon comes in his hands for the information, he is gonna lose out on his life and the map of Icebox. Team Snakes take map number 1.
Because they fought hard for this. They wanted to bring this one back, but Soulmate was just another beast entirely. There was nothing that you could have done to try and stop this man. And even though Shooter was having such a rough game on the Jet, Soulmate showed up. Soulmate was able to be that X factor that they needed to just completely switch out the dynamic, bring in that different level of a game plan, and just shut things down then and there. You have to say that the MVP reward for this matchup just goes towards Soulmate. It was just a cut above the rest.
Yep,
And we're
a
going to be
30
heading on down
bomb.
over to the match highlights as well, and then talk it all down over.
Well, it was a 30 bomb that he dropped, Soulmate, to finish things off, and the closest to him from his team was King on 19. And that kind of shows the hard carry that Soulmate has completely shown today. Top to bottom, 100-point restoration of his form. And what a player he has been on this arena. Absolutely insane. From the beginning until the very end, the pistol round with the first 3K that he got, that time itself, we got to see what he is feeling today. Clean headshots only. And while the side of Team Valor were able to try and keep up with the way that Team Snakes are performing, they finished off the half with their, intricate mid pushes on a 6-6. I think that on the second half is what they banked upon more, but somehow on the defense, they crumbled because of just one man, that was Soulmate, who was finding frags as if, he was just making hotcakes. Especially this round right here. This clutch was insane, man. Unfortunately, I don't know what he was doing there. Why was he jumping around like that?
He was trying to run away over towards A main for a better position. Poor old Hoax just got caught off guard there. Not much you can do. I think that Team Snakes, they just completely threw Valor into a loop the way they played those overtime rounds. They started to read them out, and because of that, it's just started building up. And then I think the biggest play mistake from Team Valor was the play on tubes, because on tube, Bullet needed to get 2 kills. Those were his 2 free kills. He got his 1, but still, that needed to be the perfect play. As soon as they lost that tube control, everything just fell apart from then and there. There was no way to come on back from it, because you lost your player on tube. There's a player on side that needs to worry about mid and also the back end of the site. Buster got his kill, but it was just not going to be enough to try and get them the round here. He's surrounded.
Yeah,
And
this
then
was
there's this round, and then there's
this
this round.
round. This round was just weird, man. They did not. Bullet just walked in through the smoke screen, expecting nobody to be there behind him, because he knew that the player on the back of site was alive. So he had no clue that King had walked past enemy lines and was right in between both of them. And then it was just back and forth and back and forth. Team Snakes got an advantage. They went up 11 and 9, but Valor hit back, came to 12 and 11 and 11. They took the advantage as well. But in overtime, once that attacking round was won by Team Snakes, they were definitely going to win on defense.
The attack is where they really did struggle quite heavily, so it's fine, I guess. They're gonna be able to play around it and just hold it down through. Then again, these are the rounds that really just goes to show how incredible the team actually can be and why Team Valor even deserved this win. Like they had it in the bag, but like these are the type of plays that just breaks things down. Like, why are you peeking these one by one? The fact that King got 2 free kills for himself, that should have never happened. They rushed this commitment way too heavily. They needed to wait until Bullet was in a position to take this fight, and then they needed to take a swing. There was more than enough time.
Yeah, there certainly was. It was a 4v3 that they could have honestly waited for Bullet to execute first and then go out for the peaks, because he was the X factor in that round. I think Bullet came from the back end and could have finished the round all by himself, but he got the 2 kills that he should have gotten. Unfortunately, he got him at a time when it was a little too late and there was only one player apart from him alive. And that caused Zaryab to be in a position of advantage. But hey, that's how the cookie crumble on Icebox, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another map coming up, possibly 2. Let's find out if Valor are able to take up their map of Fracture into their own hands, or this is going to lead them to the lower brackets. We'll be back with the TEC Gauntlet Season 4, presented by LG Ultragear, powered by Crucial, a gaming partner Intel, who provide the best gaming value and provide the overall best gaming experience. Don't forget, use the hashtag GameWithIntel to see what they're up to. And of course, our apparel partner 656 for those beautiful jerseys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes to see whether or not Valor can turn this around.
from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, I'm Ankita. Welcome to Streamer Reviews, the place where you can watch gamers review the best new gaming laptops in the market. Gamers love exploring the vivid detailing of their favorite games. This demands a system that can support their immersive experience. So, we'll be checking out the Intel-powered Lenovo Legion 5, a laptop with features that let you dive into the exciting world of gaming. One of the most important aspects of the Lenovo Legion 5 is its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, with a base clock speed of 2.3 GHz up to 4.6 GHz turbo. It flaunts 8 cores, 16 threads and 24 MB cache. The Legion 5 lets you untether your gaming experience with Intel Wi-Fi 6, ensuring you can enjoy your favorite games wherever you like. Play on the go with up to 75% less latency. The Lenovo Legion AI engine optimizes performance automatically to any of the top 16 AAA games you're playing, with auto detection dynamically allocating CPU and GPU usage accordingly to get up to 15% more FPS. Speaking of senses, there's another sense that's also important for an immersive experience: sound. Thankfully, the Legion 5 has this covered as well. A pair of stereo speakers enabled with dynamic audio gives you an immersive 3D audio experience. Why wait? Get your own Lenovo Legion 5 and dive into the world of gaming today.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the LG Ultragear presents the Esports Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial, with our gaming partners being Intel. Intel delivers the best gaming value by delivering the best overall gaming experience. Follow the hashtag Game with Intel to find out more about what they are up to. And hey, as you are trying to find out what Intel is up to, why not also check out 656, because they give a lot of incredible jerseys. Make sure to use the code of your favorite team to transport them and also get a little bit of a discount. But for now, what we really do need to talk about is the intense matchup of Team Snakes going up against Team Valor. Map number 1 did go in the favor of Team Snake, which was a shocker because Team Valor had the perfect opportunity to win everything out. It was a 12-10 scoreline, I do believe, and then Team Valor just started dropping.
Yeah, it kind of, dropped out in a way that I did not expect it to. I think that we could have seen a lot more come out of the side of Valor. I think they had the advantage. They could have gone ahead and finished the game off. It was one misstep that cost it all. But hey, we've got Fracture coming up, a very interesting map. Let's not dilly-dally around here. Moving into agent selection right about now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see whether or not Valor can actually turn this around.
Valor should be able to, because this is where the real fun is about to start, but Hulk's Neon is not yet in competitive, my boy. I personally love Neon on the map of Fracture. Neon has a lot of different plays that you can do with her, but she's not available just yet. You need to go in for that breach, yes! And also the Brimstone, yes! Double trouble. Both of the daddies are on the server here, Universe. This is where the real fun is going to begin.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Okay.
That's just a normal thing to say. It's fine.
I am not gonna
Get
come
your
in.
mind out of the gutter, dude.
I just said, hey, yo. That's it. Looks like we do have a controller diff here, though. There is a double controller against a single controller. And while there is a Sage active on the hands of Pasha Sahil, I'm a little concerned about the side of Valor having gone with this single controller, with it just being the Brimstone. No, rechargeable smokes. Maybe that Stim Beacon is going to be the one thing that they play heavily on. And while Pasha Sahil can, cover off angles with his slow up, his wall, whatever it is, I'm not quite sure whether or not it's going to be working for them the best. And of course, HSB is back, ladies and gentlemen. HSB is going to be coming in for the place of Zaryab. And Shooter, well, he is getting ready. And Soulmate, the one guy who has absolutely been destroying the server so far, is right here as well. Team Snakes have got an advantage, and I'm pretty sure they do not want to give it up. And this map of Fracture is going to be a very difficult one for them, because I'm pretty sure they were not expecting this. But it is here now. They're going to have to go with it.
It's gonna be pretty difficult to try and bring themselves back from this, but King, it shows that he's... Oh yeah, he did have to leave the party. It's fine. We thought that he actually got disconnected, but it's completely fine. He's still in the server. He's out. But moving on down from that, now we should talk about the map of Fracture and why I would say that the Brimstone and the Breach is such a strong combination. This thing of the Rolling Thunder with the Stim Beacon, and then you just push your way into the side. You don't even need flashes to make this one work, but JN, he's in a dangerous spot, and HSB just catches him out right in the open. Pasha, bad play from him as well. This is gonna be a deadly one, but still Pasha, someone gets away with murder. Shooter's gonna be able to chime on in, and already he has a really good start to this match. Shooter's gonna be able to shut down one more. HSB from the sideline takes out Hulks. And here is where the resurgence of the side of Team Snake comes on in. As soon as HSB sets foot on the server, they start winning out on the pistol round. And Buster, you're in an impossible situation, buddy. But maybe you're gonna be the one to do it all.
Well, Abdur, while he is down to 22 HP, all he can play now is the bait card for his team, but it doesn't even matter. King finds the perfect angle to exploit, takes down the last man standing, and that is the side of TS with the pistol round. Something that I'm pretty sure that they really wanted, especially given that this is a map that I'm not quite sure if they let it be in the pool for a reason, because them not banning Fracture was, I'm pretty sure, something that they did not expect would go the other way. They thought, okay, you know what, eventually it might get banned, but well, here we are. King spots one, hits him on the leg. Oh, that was close.
Okay, never mind, it's fine. Hey, Shooter's getting the kills, man. He's having a warm-up game. He's gonna be...
Player standing.
Okay.
Down.
Don't tell Shooter that I
Classic.
said anything, okay? It wasn't me,
The
it was you.
classic is clearly stronger than the Ghost, at least when it comes to against Shooter. Unfortunately, Buster has been left alone, and he's gonna be taken out as well. Gonna be able to pick up the Spectre, and that is another round one for the side of Snakes. But 2 weapons dropped is a good thing. Gonna have to reinvest here. You can see Shooter's already bought in that Phantom. And Abdur probably going in for that semi-buy will maybe pick up a Spectre. But Valor, they've got their first buy, and this is where the game begins. This first half needs to be going in their favor, or else they're gonna have a difficult time going into defense.
So, having a little bit of his own fun.
Shooter!
This is gonna play out, and Shooter He's back on the server, baby, and he means business. He's
Oh,
looking for all the
boy.
headshots. You mess with the shooter in Icebox, you're gonna get the horns, baby. Now one more. Take a swing. Take that spine. Shooter, he wants this kill, and he's gonna be looking for his ace. Give it to the man. He deserves it. Shooter, swing out. Take a shot. Get the ace. Send him up back to the hell. And with that, it's gonna be a 3-0 and Shooter rising up to the challenge.
Well, him buying the Phantom and getting killed by the classic last round clearly has ignited a fire in him that he is absolutely blazing through. What an ace by the man. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Shooter here. And Team Snakes loving the map of Fracture so far. Shooter especially. Valor might have dug their own grave here. But let's see how would they respond to this. Buster with the tour de force. King is so close to this man. He spots one. The teleport's instantaneous.
I like this angle though. I'm probably gonna try it in my night King. I like the idea.
Oh no! King, that's a little bit too close for comfort. He tried to play around the smoke, but not gonna work for him. They will get a plant though.
Planted.
Oh, Shooter! This time his Phantom does not give him the value that he deserves. The 160 does not hit. It's gonna be 140 instead. And now JN goes for one more, but immediately traded out by the same player. Buster's causing havoc. This could be the first round unless HSB, man who's just stepped into the server, makes a difference. He knows where one player is, goes for the kill, he gets it. He knows that there's a player very low and he's not going to be trying to peek him any longer. HSB's got the stun as well, but what he doesn't know is that there's an aftershock coming in from behind him. Hoax takes him out with a one tap. That's the first round for Valor.
But at the same time, is that really a problem here at all? Not really now, is it? Because hey, it's completely fine in this regard because on this 3-1 scoreline, you just lost out on your pseudo bonus and you didn't really lose a lot of guns in the previous round, so it's completely fine. Just use the money that you have, maybe get a possible operator in the hands of one of the players, and this is smart. I like this. Putting the operator on King is such a strong idea because now Shooter can play as aggressive as he wants with the breach on his side. He has nothing to worry about. He can just do whatever because King is there as the dedicated operator.
But look at Shooter. He's got a great backstab. There is a trap towards his right, which he will expect, and he could smoke it and move forward, and he's going to be doing that. Hoax is on the other side and he has no clue about this. That's a free kill right there. No! Shooter!
Here.
You were supposed to get a free kill, but he has unfortunately found the ill-timed push, which Hoax somehow stabilized against. HSB takes down a JN pushing in blindly. No angle whatsoever for him to exploit. But that seems like to be a fake that they were counting upon because Valor have got the B side for free, it seems. Well, HSB will be able to trade off for Hoax's mischievous maneuvers that he's been causing so far. Took down 2 players for free almost. And now the defense have got 2 ultimates to work with. The Rolling Thunder and the Orbital Strike, and Abdo wants to go for one. Pasha has taken out Soulmate. There goes the ultimate towards the heaven position. Abdo's been blinded. The Rolling Thunder comes in. HSP has no idea that he's right next to his wall. And Abdo's been discouraged. He needs to run away. There's no way he's surviving this unless he just goes up for the save. Nobody's chasing him even. He's gonna be sticking to his own spawn. Pick up the operator maybe. Fight for another round. 3-2.
Right here.
And the stakes are slowly getting better for the side of Valor. Phew. Well, while the operator has been saved, and King is the one looking to utilize it, Shooter's probably going to be playing on his ultimate this round. There is a significant amount of weaponry that they can use in this semi-buy slash eco.
Get out of my way!
And it looks like JN himself wants to play on his knives. It's a split approach from both sides. They've got
Is it a shorty, bud?
the best game, forgive me, the best gun in the game.
This is the best game, but also the best gun in the game.
Yeah, it is. It looks like a B-side hit. That's very clear so
Yeah.
far. That Rolling Thunder is perfectly positioned to cover off the entire side, including a bunch of the Heaven region. There it goes. It is going to be affecting the one man on Heaven. Soulmate. Oh, he still gets a kill. He turns it around for one more, but Bullet's a little too quick on the trigger. Abdur has only a shorty to work with, so of course he's not going to be pushing in through that. Oh, yeah, he moves up. Hoax does not have a clue where he was so far, but he will get a kill eventually. Pasha Sahel and Hoax clean up. The operator has been dropped as well. No value derived from it. And that is going to be round number 3. We're back on level scores here.
That's gotta hurt a little bit. It's on a 3-3, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I guess for now it's fine because hey, now they're being forced onto Rome buys one more time. That last round was an eco. They're playing on equal playing fields, and they just need to build up the hype a little bit more once again. Get the momentum going. Get the blood flowing in your veins, because this is where the ultimates are gonna start coming into play. We can already see Soulmate just throwing out the Viper Spit, and with that Viper Spit, that A side does not seem favorable whatsoever. They need to push in quite far to try and get through this Viper Spit. And now, all the members of Team Valor, they're like, we need to try and play for picks. That's the only thing that is going through their minds. But Shooter, he could just get the first initial pick off, and he gets it beautiful. He waited for it. You can see that Shooter was like,
Here.
give me a couple of
You
seconds.
will not
Let
kill
me find
my
it.
ally.
I'm gonna get it. Ooh. But Hoax, what is this man on? How's he hitting these? Oh, then HSP comes in with a
Wait, I think he's got the spike. Did it fall behind? Oh yeah, he fell behind. He picked it up. I thought it fell in front of the wall, and that would have been a very, very messy situation to be in. But Bullets actually found a door, and that is one immediate offset taken out. Soulmate. He's causing a lot of trouble towards this A main side, and he's looking to cause more. He's got HSP to support him. This crossfire is potent, but HSP needs to hit his shots. He only gets the one, and they are going to be taking care of him. Buster takes him down. That is going to be number 4 for Valor as they take back the lead.
How much that you can do there to try and get yourself out of that sticky situation. HSB needed to get that kill on towards the chamber. The fact that Buster was still alive really did put a damper on their plans. If HSB found that kill, that was easily done. There's no way they're going to be losing this, because the player coming in through the rotation from spawn can easily find that kill. But then again, here comes King on towards the back end. King, he's waiting to see a little bit. Too much.
Launching smoke.
Well,
King.
he was looking at Jayed through a magnifying glass, so it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Buster gets one. Does not follow up on the second, but has damaged him more than enough for Bullet. Do not have a problem taking him out. Soulmate. 5 HP. Oh, Pasha Sahil. Oh! He's gone, but there's no way he's surviving that. Falls down to the depths of fracture. And HSB looking good. Takes out 2 with the Marshall. The wall goes up. Even the smoke to cover him up. But he's even got an angle after that. And he could take out another head here. Oh, Bullet will take him down. And here's Abdur coming on the backstab, but just not the timing that he would have wanted. Take out Pasha Sahil. Valor with 5 in a row, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 3 and 5 already. starting to build up a lot more of these rounds. Lead that they had on a 3-1 score, and it's slipping in between their fingers. They need to switch up their strategies because I do believe they're playing a little bit too defensive. And when they are playing aggressively, they're sending only one player to play aggressive. They're not going for a buddy system. They're not playing for the trades, and this is what's really costing them on multiple different fronts. Bullet's position has already been revealed. Shots are being taken, and Bullet, you're playing a dangerous game here. You do have the Phantom. You do have the advantage when it comes down to swinging to a smoke, but you can't rely on that. It's just not gonna work, and everyone is already inside of the side. But I like this because HSB, he has a Rolling Thunder to work with, and because of this Rolling Thunder, things could just start falling apart here already.
Right there.
That ultimate has stopped them from pushing in immediately, but JN is still playing around with the idea of maybe peeking into the smoke or crawling in. HSP does give a sound cue of rotating away, but look at Buster's positioning. He's taken the entire B side for himself, but here's Shooter. He got the timing on the Pasha Sahil, and Hoax is trying to cover up the angles, but he's not going to be able to escape Shooter's wrath. That operator is turning out to be a menace, but Buster seems to have a remedy for it. He's backstabbing Shooter, and Abdos again control of the side. This is very weird positioning from both these teams here, and Shooter's gonna be taken care of. Buster's running in, Abdos on side, but Buster takes care of him as well. Here comes down one more. What?
Buster, how do you do this, Buster? Don't swing, bud, don't swing. You just gotta chill. You don't.
Oh! He almost hit that shot, and Jane's gone off the side. He's not winning this round. Save the operators, all he got, but he still goes for it. He wants the kill, not gonna be coming close to anywhere where HSP is, and he even loses his life. No operator, no life, nothing. But he still has the economy to buy one, or at least his teammates do. So Valor, a very interesting round that just went down here. The change in positioning, Shooter being backstabbed even after he got those 2 kills. Buster's backstab was, I feel, just a little too late. I think he could have gone a little faster. He had the entire side in control, but I think the only enigmatic situation that he was worried about is that somebody could be on the side, especially Heaven. And that's why he tried to slow down, maybe get his teammates to, warn them about checking Heaven. But by the time that could happen, Shooter had already dealt the damage that he wanted to from the defender side spawn. This time, immediate A hit, and King is taking care of the one person that would have caused the most damage. Zayn's gone down. And while the walls come up, and they've got the plant, this is still a very doable retake for the side of the defense.
And I don't think this is gonna happen, not anymore. The defense is crumbling. 3 versus 4. Maybe they're gonna be able to find something here, but it's not looking that good for them. Pasha's not even taking any bullets here on his own end. Pasha, he needs to take a swing. He's gonna get spotted. He's gonna get killed out as well. 3 versus 3, very much possible now though. But still, Hoax, he's looking for his own danger plan. He's already got the halfway defuse. Upter's gonna be risking his life for it. And now they just have to hold. But it's such an open plan. There's no way he's gonna be able to stick this one out. HSB's good for 1 kill, but he's not gonna be good for it. Just try and find the final kill. Just force them out to die. But they're gonna be able to survive for just a little while longer. Both of them save their guns. It's a 4-6 scoreline here, ladies and gentlemen, and things are already on a tightrope. Both of these teams, they're like this close to shoving each other off. But then again, when it comes down to one team being able to gain an advantage, it's immediately going in the other direction. Feels as though they have a game plan here. Both of these teams, they have a game plan, but the side of Team Snakes, their plan of action is just not on that same route now, is it, Universe? Because they have an idea, they're trying to go in for it, but there's no mid-round adaptability. It feels too stiff. Oh! Imagine feeling stiff when you can hit shots like that, man. God damn.
This is getting a little too scary for the defense. They are being pushed off of multiple angles here. And Bullets trying to fake off something towards the dish side. They have no clue where this hit is coming from. And of course, they're being a little worried about this because they are on an eco. And while JN has been dropped, The other four are actually the ones running the show right now. As good of a game as JN had, decent game rather, on the map of Icebox, Fracture has been just the opposite for him. HSB with the Marshall, just spamming bullets like it's nobody's business. Doesn't matter though, there is a wall covering them up. Oh, King, okay. That's one. It's a weapon that can be retrieved, and Soulmate is worried about somebody peeking in from heaven. The weapon is going to be taken. Soulmate has it. And unfortunately for him, nobody is going to be challenging him right now. King has gone to the side, but he has no information about who is where. Taps to spike, gets away. Hoax calls his bluff because Pasha Sahil is looking at him. King with another. Nobody's on heaven. Both of them are on side. Forgive me, on B main. And Hoax is just causing trouble after trouble after trouble. There's no way King's winning this. 7-4. And the side of Valor have stabilized themselves and even got themselves a lead, it seems.
This is the case, is that you're not really hopeful for, but at the same time, if it's a 5-7 scoreline, you're gonna be like, hey, they got the 5 rounds that they needed to. As soon as they head on down over to the defense, things will be a little, head on down over to the side of attack, sorry, things will be a little bit better for them. But then again, it's not looking as though they're using their abilities in proper conjunction with one another for the map of Fracture. In Icebox, we saw a lot of different forms of utility. They were able to come together as a strong, proper unit, but that's not the case here. They're making a lot of very simple mistakes. That's costing them everything. Yeah, no! Did you see anything, Universe? I didn't see anything, right?
Nope.
I also didn't see that.
Spike down.
Hoax, he is just swiveling by with a thread of life, and somehow, in the end, he will be killed in that little corner. Valor are definitely going to be losing this round. Buster's the only one left, and while he does have utility to work with, which is all self-sufficient, there is no way he's getting this 1v5.
Buster just, I think, just play dead. Just play dead. It's your twin brothers right behind you. Three, two, one.
Yep, there it is.
And also, Universe, just for your information, I actually didn't see anything that happened. And my computer went into sleep mode for a second, like, you know, my screen blacked out. And then my screen came back and I saw Jade in front of 3 people and the last dagger in his hand, and I was like, wait, what? The Valorant gods have saved you from witnessing something.
Mm-hmm. Well, as much as I would have loved to see that, I'm glad it's not me. Unfortunately, stuff like this just happens to everybody. And like I was saying earlier, while one person might have a good day, immediately it could turn out to be a bad one. JN has been a little slow. Okay, both the Hello? I'm sorry, what?
Anyone?
Wait, what? What was Shooter doing?
That's a confused Bunga Bunga.
No, Bullet, forgive me, Pasha Sahil. I thought he's still playing the Sage here. It is a 3v2 here. Bullets come, and so has Buster. Let's on the long flank though. He's coming in from drop, and he might just be spotted out, but he will have an advantage onto one player. King turns around. Buster's on the side. Bullet will get that kill. 2 versus 2. Both the players are on side. This fault line could help him. HSB needs to get that kill. He will be able to connect, and now he's got support close by as well. Soulmate is very close to him. The right click, the
Buster.
jump, and the kill.
Dude, Buster nearly got that kill. It was inches away from being the shot that he needed to try and win out this round, and instantly he can swap over to the headhunter and just completely shut things down from there. That was a close one. These close calls are just being even more of a problem as we are playing through this. 6 and 7, ladies and gentlemen. 6 and 7. And I believe that the attacking side could just be the place where Team Snakes can come in, completely take it all over.
Well, wait. Oh, I think we've. Oh yeah.
0-0 score.
Yep, we have paused at the 0-0. The barriers are still active.
It's the invisible barriers.
Yep, they're just invisible. A small little pause, unfortunately. A technical issue. Soulmate has disconnected. And he is launching the game right back. Seems like there was a little bit of a miscommunication. Still okay though, we should be back. Soulmate is back in the game. We should be starting off right about now. Team Snakes have got the pistol and they will be following up with another, it seems like it. While HSB and Shooter have made a little bit of a volatile buy, they are going for that Phantom and Vandal pick. Let's see if it works out for them, because if they drop those weapons, Valor will have an advantage. Let's see how it works out for them. Towards A, they go yet again. JN snuck into this corner. And he has got support. The Soulmate will spot him. Will take him. Shooter gets another. On the other side of things, King has been dropped though. That is one weapon. Oh.
Again, Shooter. Oh god, Shooter, you're in no man's land and you have a Phantom in your hand. Oh god.
He's missed his sound cue, but he still gets a kill. He stabilizes, and not for long. Buster will take him down. That's a Phantom retrieved. 2 players dropped as well. For the third, he goes. Not gonna be happening. Shooter heard the sound of that metal plating, but it was actually from the other side. He got confused whether it was coming from drop or was it coming from the other side of the spawn.
I heard footsteps though.
Yeah, it was the metal plating and he got confused whether was it from drop or was it from the other direction coming in from, you know,
I heard sand.
the arcade area.
You know, the footstep of sand. Like someone stepping on sand. That's why I was like, wait, why is he looking towards Dish?
I mean, there's sand right next to the metal plating there as well, so. Oh, the bullet. Okay. Okay then, bullet. Aggressive pushes, but as a brimstone, not the best of choices to make, my friend. Buster will get a revenge kill here onto King. Still a 3v4, so the advantage is with the defenders. And the one thing that's gonna nullify that maybe is this Viper Spit. Plant goes down, JN comes on the backstab. And here we go. Is this retake possible, aggressive?
Because Soulmate's in a position where he can easily get spammed from. I like the idea of playing on towards the side of Dens, but when 4 players are gonna start hunting you down like this, it's just gonna get even more detrimental and difficult. Here comes one, here comes the push. It's gonna from the side back to Shooter. You need to be so perfect here, buddy. Shooter, if he misses a single shot, it's gonna be all done and dusted for him. Soulmate comes in as the backup. That's gonna be another one. Shooter, you're playing the mind games here. That you need to. Hooks comes in with the save, but still not against Soulmate. This is his world, and there is no way you're gonna be getting him out of that one. 8 and 7 on the scorecards, and Soulmate on the Viper gets the clutch. Team Snake, they're still in the running on an 8 and 7 scoreline, and they could possibly take this entire set on a 2-0. But they need to win out on this round. This round is just so crucial for them. They cannot let this be a thrifty, otherwise there will be a massive shift in the momentum.
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, HSB is having a pretty great game. Shura is following up as well. He's stepped up. While Abdur and King are supporting their teammates with their utility, the remaining are able to work things out. It is 8 and 7, and this push from Valor could be detrimental. Soulmate expects this. He knows it's coming, and he lines up both of them. There's no way they're getting through there. Soulmate finds a third as well, and Hoax here. Oh, blinds one. Hoax. Oh man, the Sheriff Does not work. To the best of his abilities. Buster, though, somehow will be able to retrieve a weapon and a kill. But nothing more, it seems. He's also the one leading the charge for his team on the other side. Valor have got him with 18 kills. And unfortunately for them, this time JN is struggling. You can see it aggressive. He's on 6 kills and 17 deaths. That's the highest deaths across the entire server. He's died basically every single round we've played so far. Oh, Buster. Hello. Wants to go for the ninja defuse. Here he goes. The Fortnite comes in. Oh boy, he should have just stuck it.
He should have just stuck it. He had a high chance of actually getting away with this. But hey, he got a consolation kill on towards Abdur.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They've got economy for days here on the side of Snakes. He's going to be able to buy up easily, even, you know, fetch a drop if he needs from one of his teammates. Not going to be a problem at all. They're looking very, very stable right now. And the one thing that's been working out for them is their split pushing towards that A site. They're having so much control. Soulmate doing the lurking, getting kills on the back of it. HSB just absolutely snowballing across his entire map. But here's where it needs to stop. Bullet, there it is, the kill that they needed. HSB has been put to rest. But King will get it back immediately for his team. Still a 4 versus 4. At least the ultimates have been nullified on both sides that could have caused trouble. The Rolling Thunder and the Orbital Strike both have been taken out, respectively, from Team Snakes and Team Valor. And now this is a game of just pure aim, and King is too good at that.
Exactly what he needs to do, but then Buster!
No way, come on.
He got caught off guard. He got caught off guard. You cannot blame Buster. Even no one would have hit that shot unless you hit the luckiest shot of your career. It's fine. They just got caught completely off guard. Buster was not even ready for that, and now it's all up to JN to just hold on the fort with an operator.
JN, I know that this has been difficult, my friend. Oh no. No, you're joking. Okay, there we go. Shooter. Shooter. That's a little too playful, my friend. Jane's not gonna be happy about this. He is not having the best of games on Fracture. People chasing him, playing around with him. Nah, come on. Let the poor man be. Dashes away to safety. He'll still get slowed. No, come on. Okay. King with a 4K. And that's Valor just being stripped of their powers right now. Stripped of their map control. And just absolute domination in this second half. They are yet again on an eco here, aggressive. And this is a nightmare for them. The only way they can actually make something work out of this is if they stack towards one side, gamble their, you know, entire utility, and maybe go for an aggressive push. But they're splitting across yet again. JN's got his knives out. He's even got support from the breach.
Oh god, not this again. JN, go big or go.
Oh man, that again, that angle is...
Not gonna lie, Universe, I thought the Breach was talking for a second. God damn it. You honestly sounded like Breach for a second. What?
Oh man. Is that what you...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you actually sounded like Breach. What the hell? It threw me into a loop.
Well, while the Breach is trying to make stuff happen, Bullet will be able to get the kill onto Abdur. HSB stabilizes by getting one back. The weaponry is on Pasha Sahil, and he's making it work. Revive comes through. 2 versus 3 here. It's all on the shooter. He takes up both of them. And another ace. Give it to him. He deserves it, but Hoax will get him down. It's HSB versus Hoax. It's the big bad Breaches going head to head. But who's going to win this duel? That blind will not affect HSB. Still on Heaven. Playing around with his food. He will get the kill. No, he's playing around with time. Rolling Thunder in his hands. Oh my god.
He gotta love these moments. All of the big bad breach is going into their face.
He just sat there. It just means like I don't even need to shoot. The round's won.
That was a good waste of time, you have to say.
On my way.
This one was just commotion and chaos throughout all of these nodes, but hey, it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about now, is there? Utter chaos, man. Everywhere we go.
Well, it is 11-7, ladies and gentlemen, and this possibly could be the last buy for Valor. Oh, JN, he will be going down. That is so much damage being done to one man.
That is what you
What?
call pure emotional damage.
Emotional damage indeed. Well, there are trades being going back and forth across the entire map. It's still a 3v3, and the one advantage that the attackers have right now is that they've got a Rolling Thunder as well as an Orbital Strike. Bullet's been able to successfully take down Soulmate, and HSB is looking for that kill, but Bullet is just unfazed. There goes Abdur down to the grave. Now HSB is left alone, 1 versus 3. Very much capable of getting this round into his team's favor, all by his lonesome. Only be able to know, says Pasha Sahel. And that is a good round and a desperate round gotten into the hands of Valor.
Needed that little bit of a switch up to try and bring things back into their favor. 11-8, completely fine. They still need to worry about the Rolling Thunder in the hands of HSB though. He has been a dominant force on this breach. The way that he has been playing, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the level of control that he has is also incredible on that regard.
Well, while I do have to give Valor a little bit credit, this round is going to be very difficult for them. 5 ultimates coming in, one of which has already been activated. JN retrieved back to the side. King has taken a Pasha Sahil on the other side of the map. Towards A, he's already caused a lot of havoc, and JN is very, very scared about this. He's looking towards one angle. You know there are 2 angles there, JN. You cannot be unaware about the other part of it. Hoax goes in for the ultimate. No, he holds back. He wants to play for the retake, it seems. The Orbital Strike comes to HSB, just fires right through it. He sees one player going towards drop, but he's gonna be all thrown off his guard himself. The Rolling Thunder. There comes Super Skill, and that is match point. Nobody is gonna stop Team Snakes from going this map 2-0. It seems like this is gonna be their victory to take. What can you do, Valor? Buy is completely scattered across the place. They've gone in for the most desperate buy. Half armors across the players, a Guardian, a Judge, a couple of Vandals and Phantoms, and only 2 players healthy enough to buy a complete armor. This looks like it's over-aggressive.
You want to play? Let's play.
It's just not happening right now for them. It's not theirs to
Here.
try and fight for. It happens. This is just a bad day because we know how good Jane can be, but his performances and his pickups, it's just not been on point. Maybe if they win this round, things will be a little bit better, but for how long? That's a real question. Shooter nearly gets taken out as well because of the Judge in hand, but still, the shots are just not connecting. They are not landing the way that it's supposed to. Hope's getting burnt into a crypt and getting shot in every single front. Shooter spots on ahead of Jane as well, straight on top of the smoke. That's gonna be another kill. And Hoax from the side, he's trying to hold the line. He gets one. He's been such a phenomenal player throughout the entirety of all of these sets, but he has to fall at one point. And it is the end of this entire matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Team Snakes taking it all away. They're gonna be your winners, and they are gonna be the ones who take away the crown.
Oh, man, I honestly feel bad for JN. He's had such a disappointing game. It is really, really frustrating to be in a position like that, it seems. And, well, Valor, they are going to have to deal with this in one way or another. It is honestly something that I'm pretty sure, were not expecting. Once they did have a start on the map of Fracture, they had a pretty good first half. I'm not going to lie. They brought it back. They were 3-0 down. Let's go back to the highlights while I talk about this, because Valor had such good technique pulling back the 5 rounds in a row that they did after being 3-0 down. I thought this map of Fracture is going to go perfectly for them. And I thought they had a good chance on attack as well, because every time they were, doing the different kinds of stuff that we could see them do, especially be, this B-sided push that was split across 2 different regions. They came in from Arcade, they came in from B main, and they had such good control of the entire situation on the attack. But when it came to defense, I don't know what went wrong. It was especially, I think, HSB. I think that man is such an annoying breach to deal with. He is, I honestly feel like
He's
if
a rat in a corner, that's the problem. The
Yeah,
way that he's able to find these angles, like you saw what HSP was doing. He was hiding behind the main generator. Like, who does that? That's such a dangerous angle to hold. It's a one and off angle, normally being held by a chamber, but as a breach, he's doing that. And then there's poor old JN.
pretty sure he's going to be having a rough time after that, going back to the drawing board, seeing what went wrong. He had a pretty decent game on the first map of Icebox, but Fracture, I still know not why they chose this aggressive. I don't know why they went for the Fracture pick. They could have gone for anything. Bind, Ascent, Haven, all of those three maps are still falling into their, cusp of winnable maps. I would say that Bind is really good, especially because that allows Buster to play that raise role, which I really love watching, and I think he's very, very comfortable playing the raise. That double duel is set up on the Bind map. If it is there, if it was not banned, could have been potent. And even if they are playing Ascent, Buster could have been, the one fragger in terms of the secondary duelist who could have just pushed it out. And that's exactly what he's doing here as well. Look at it. He's on the chamber, 18 kills. He's got the MVP to his name. And on the other side of things, while the name is Pokemon here, it is Shooter who was playing, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, dude, I didn't notice that on the last spike. God damn it. It kind of threw me into a loop there. Yeah.
25 for Shooter, 24 for HSB. What a game this has been from the side of Team Snakes. Brilliantly done, especially on the second half of Fracture. Honestly, hats off. That was brilliant. Let's go into the brackets. And, well, there's no other way about it, ladies and gentlemen. Team Snakes will be moving on with a clean slate 2-0 to face off True Rippers in the upper bracket semifinals. And Team Valor are going to be sent down to the lower brackets. They will face God Particles, which I'm again concerned about because they are no easy team to face either, are they, Aggressive?
It's gonna be a rough one. Try and consider. But the way that it's normally played out, sorry about that, a little bit of a technical difficulty from my end. So the thing that I was saying is that normally the way that God Particles versus Team Valor plays out, it's a very close set, but God Particles, they just know how to close out a game. I don't know why, just think of it like this, universe. God Particles, they're consistent. Team Valor, they're also consistent. But the primary difference is that God Particles are consistent in the way they close out their matches as well. While in Team Valor, they can get to that 12 margin, but they're constantly losing out after getting to the 12 point.
Yeah, and
These
here
type
they
of
weren't
chokes
even allowed
can't
to.
happen. Like these kind of chokes cannot happen, man.
I think that the one differential came into the play was while JN was supported multiple times, his individual outings were a little bit of a problem on the side of Valor. He did have the operator multiple times in his hands where the breach was close by, but not in the position to come and trade off immediately. It was happening on the other end of the map. And these are small little minute mistakes that they need to work on the next map, because God Particles are just as much of a crazy team as Team Snakes, and this is their last chance. This is the final moment of their TC Gauntlet season. Across all 4 seasons, they have been in the playoffs. They've been consistent to qualify for the playoffs, but never really have made a stand here. Let's see if it happens this time.
We're gonna see that all moving on down the line here, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you all for stopping by here for today. Hey, as you're gonna be here, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell down below if you do want to get notified when we are gonna be going live. You don't want to miss anything here because the playoffs are just about to start heating up a lot more. Lower bracket games, upper bracket games, they got it all for you. And when you're at the Esports Club, the action just never stops. And as you're going to be going on down there, make sure to check out all the links down below from our sponsors as well. And hey, you got to remember when you're checking out the Intel sponsors that Intel delivers the best gaming value by delivering the best overall gaming experience. Make sure to follow the hashtag GameWithIntel to find out more about exactly what they're up to. And if you want to look fly, if you want to look clean, and if you want to support your teams, make sure to check out 656 and all of the jerseys that they have to offer. Make sure to use the code of your favorite team to get a small little discount and also support them. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive with Universe signing on off, and we're going to be seeing you tomorrow with a lot more action from the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 4 powered by Crucial. Our gaming partners are Intel, and our apparel partners are 656. Good night, and happy gaming, everyone.